Hello everybody, I have got some exciting news. I don't know if you can see in the rear view behind me what I'm sitting in. But I just picked up this bad boy for $4 grand, and it's going to take probably a couple of grand to get it going. It's kind of got a couple of hiccups and it's farting and doing all kinds of stuff, but it's got 107,000 miles on it, and that's original proven miles. It's not BS miles. But I want to do a walk around in this van to show you what it's. I don't know how to get out of the van. It's been a long time, but wow. Get the window down because I'm paranoid. But yeah, this is it right here. Let me just turn it around. See how it's kind of running rough, but it's the what do you call this thing? The roadtech, Dodge roadtech. I just picked this bad boy up. I'm trying to get myself out of the picture here for a few minutes, but that's the new cream puff. And I'll tell you what happened with my truck. Got a lot of salt on it, but I mean, it's got some dents in here. This is the worst. The back door. It was an older lady. All the windows open. There's screens on them. It was an older lady that owned it. She told me from, and it's funny. My daughter knows her friend's grandmother that owned this thing, so I know personally that she's alive, and I can go talk to her about it. So that's kind of cool. I didn't know that, but it's got all the propane hookups, the kitchen in it. It's got all kinds of stuff with it. It's even got the 30 amp air conditioner, and if you look up here, it comes with a free bee's nest. I don't know if you can see it in the video. I'll check after, but I'm gonna go in the back of this thing for a second to show you the inside of it. But it's I kind of moved back in, but I took the floor out. It was just a vinyl floor that is all broken up. I just took it out, but it's pretty well intact. I mean, these windows are leaking. He told me that. He was very forward about that. He said needs somebody to fall in love with this thing. The microwave, everything works. It's got the propane heat, which is not direct propane into the area. I got all the covers. I got all the covers for this. The bathroom's back here. If I can not break this by opening it. They're a little bit rough, but I gotta fight it open. Man, like, wow, should be that high. It's got a toilet, but that thing's out of there. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'll deal with that's just bags. But there was a mouse or a squirrel got in here and just tore up a roll of toilet paper. But I'm gonna take that out. I'm gonna make this my clothes cabinet. That's a shower, which I'm not gonna use it because that floor is set up for a shower, but they redid the plywood and took the drain out, which is fine. I'm not doing a shower in here. I'll do a shower. Sorry about the bad video, but I'm nervously excited about this project. You know, I'm gonna look at it from here. That's the cab, and the seats swivel, so I can turn them all around. I got a table right here that sits in that hole, so I can sit here and do my work, which is awesome. Because I was gonna consider leaving this set up because that table sits in that spot. So I can have a table here. I can sit here like four. We'll probably fit 6 of us with my kids. You know, back if we're having dinner or something. It'd be tight, but I mean, you know, the ceiling's in really good condition. You know, the vent. I don't know if the vent works. I think it's gonna work on the house power. I don't think it works on the motor power. So, but yeah, this is pretty interesting. Like I said, the story why I bought this is, as you know, in my previous videos, I had a 20, and it's got a comes with an awning. It's a little bit ate up on that side, but I think it's good otherwise. But the door's shut nice. All the rot on this thing is there's a spot in here they repaired, and then on this side there is no rot. There's no rot except for right here, the little rot spot here. Little blister, a rot spot here. I mean, these fenders, you can't bend these things. These fenders are welded onto the battery's going dead. Ridiculous. I don't know how much of that you missed, but anyways, it's got rot there, got rot here. Both fenders have rot in those 2 spots. Other than that, everything's fine. There's no rot here. There's no rot here, and I got a blister right here. So I did some repairing on it, but yeah, it's in like. For a 93, it's in really good shape. You know what I mean? It just needs somebody. It needs a mechanic on it for sure. I can't even squeeze out of that one. But yeah, roadtech, Dodge, and it's a 1-ton. It's a whatever 350. I'm so used to slamming my doors on my Ford. that I'm constantly slamming this door, and I don't have to. These doors shut nice. Power windows, power mirrors, power cruise control, auto locking doors. I got some keypad to unlock the door. But yeah, from back here, I mean, look at that thing. This is bought. The only thing I took out so far, there was a roll of carpet here, and I put that carpet was here, but there was linoleum on the floor. I did nothing to this thing. This is exactly how I bought it. Sorry, the cold is really messing me up. Heat and cold messes me up, but it could be DVOC, but I don't know. So yeah, my Ford F-150 had 35,000 miles on it, 2014. Coming up from Oklahoma, leaving the job for the season, coming back up to visit family for the winter, and to idle down with everything that happened over the past year and a half. Mother dying, my wife dying, all that kind of stuff. And I blow the motor. I'm going up a hill. All of a sudden, all the oil lights come on and all that kind of stuff, and then I hear rapping. I'm like, oh my God, what's going on? So long story short, the motor has been stopping for a while. I noticed my mileage going down, and that's a telltale on a Ford. If your mileage is going down, have somebody look at stuff on it. Don't assume that you're using the wrong fuel or whatever, But it ended up being the oil pump failed due to my lack of maintenance on it. I'm going to just put it there. It was me. It's my fault that happened. Not blaming Ford for it. But due to my lack of maintenance, and that's what happened. So I brought it to a dealership down there, and they were going to $11,000 for a brand new motor, two year unlimited warranty motor at zero, rebuilt, 0 miles on it. And I'm like, man, 11 grand, the truck's worth 23,000. I'm like going back and forth. It's like, it's not really doing what I want anymore. I got the trailer that I remodified into a home, but I found out real quick that it's tough to, when you get into a situation with a breakdown, well, you need 2 tow trucks. If AAA is willing to tow a trailer, and they're usually not, you're in trouble. You got to deal with that trailer. You're on your own dime, you know what I mean? There's no, and some of the guys don't want to tow them at all. We're not dealing with trailers. They don't want to do bikes or trailers half the time. So I was like, immediately, I said, you know what? If this thing ever breaks down, AAA, tow it away, get a hotel room and done, or get a rental car and done. You know what I mean? Get to someplace where I have, where I have somebody I can stay with for on the cheap or whatever, because I don't like spending money. Because the more I spend, the more I got to go find. And I have no trouble finding it, but I'm getting older, so I got to be careful with that. So I had to go to Pennsylvania last weekend. I don't know if I had any pictures out there of us at the we got a hotel room. Me and my 2 daughters went out there, so there was a hot tub, there was a little water slide on it. So we had a blast. I mean, it was nice, just me and the girls, and they're 19 and 22, so we had a good time. And so got the check, came back here, got it all processed. In the meantime, I was looking for an ambulance, and I'm like, ambulance, diesel. I don't really want to get into diesel. I don't know a lot about diesel, so I'm like, I don't really want to. I got to kind of stick with what I know right now, use what you got, the saying is. But when you lose what you got, you got to kind of think about, okay, how much do I want to learn? I have no problem remodeling this thing. I got no problem at all with that. It's very I mean, this thing drives like a tank. It's pretty cool. I hope it's kind of cool on the fuel, but hey, whatever. My truck wasn't that great either. So, but the upshot is now I can get that trailer cleaned up. It's not this dirty, but get it just cleaned up and finished off, presentable. You put a fresh paint job on it, because I was moving stuff with. I was doing all kinds of stuff with that trailer, and I'll sell it. It's a 2020 Arise 7x16 with the pointy nose. It points out with a 110 volt or 10 volt mini split on it that does heat and AC. It does go up until 15 degrees. When it gets below that, it struggles. So it'll need another heat source, which a diesel heater is a more efficient thing anyways to use on that. So I only put the split unit in for like when it's 40 out, it'll throw all the heat you want. 25, 20 out, it'll still throw the heat. When it gets colder, it won't. But I mean, that's where the diesel heater comes in. So I'm in the process of setting that up, but I messed up the electronics. The high-end electronics one, where you're gonna go in and play with every little aspect of how fast the pumps and all that, and I screwed up the pump on it. So it's in now. I ordered the dial one. It's simple. The more you crank the dial, the faster it goes. The slower you crank the dial, the slower it goes, and on off. That's all I want. I'm a simple guy. On off, and how much or how little heat I want. And when the thing dies, it dies. I'm not worried about it. But I'm gonna. I may just retrofit this whole thing. I may keep it original. I got to see what the consensus is out there. What people, because people kind of like. There's not many of these. I'm not saying there's none of these. I mean, there's a few, but they're getting fewer and fewer. So if I can get it back to like as much original specs as I can, that'd be kind of cool. It's got that AC up in the back. It's 130 amp. I'm sorry, 30 amp. 130 amp. It's a 30 amp AC unit in there, so it's going to be hooked up to shore power for that to work. So if I'm going to be doing boondocking, I can run a 4,000 or 5,000 BTU house air conditioner in that same spot, and either put that in storage at one of my family members, or get a storage unit for cheap money. I don't really want to do that, or sell it out and put the air conditioner right up in there, same spot, and let it run on a generator. If I'm out in the boonies and I don't have any power, I can just run it on a generator. My little 13 amp Harbor Freight generators, they work great. I mean, they're running my 15 amp table saw. It's the initial startup and how fast you put the board through is what causes it to go into overload. But yeah, so that's this is a new project. This is what I said. Things are changing. I hope I didn't make a mistake buying this, because I'm not very mechanically inclined. I guess I can get there, but I'm gonna need somebody to get me off on the right foot. Get the initial stuff done on this, and then I can maintain it from there once it's working. I got a couple of funky wires under the hood. Even back here, I got some funky wires. But I think when I get out in the desert and I meet some other nomad guys, they can help me out with that and guide me with that. I'm not worried about the house stuff, because I can survive no problem otherwise. I'll get AC up front, you know, off the motor, so I'm not worried about that. But yeah, this is the project. I just wanted to show you. I gotta learn how to drive this thing. I wanted to show you guys what's going on with it, and I shortened the video by accident only because this thing's kind of running weird. I want to get it to my sister's, then I can get it registered. I'm gonna see about getting it registered in South Dakota without going to South Dakota. I think Bob Wells had a video on that, or somebody had a video on that, on how to do that without having to go there. The only issue is your license, I believe, is the problem with having your stuff switched over to there. So I can do the license in the spring. So that's what I figured. I'll do it now, get this thing registered once and for all that way. Then I can do the license when I get out there in the spring, because I want to go see the dead presidents, you know. My two daughters informed me they want to come with me. I said, okay, you're going to have to practice pooping in a bucket before we go, because I don't want you guys freaked out when I'm all the way out in South Dakota and you want to go home, you know. It's like it's going to be a summer journey, so kind of get your money collected, and we could probably do it, you know. They're old enough. The child support's over now, or it should be over hopefully soon. Otherwise, I don't know, we'll figure that out. That's a whole other animal. It's either the child support's over or I'm moving to Mexico, and I ain't kidding on that. Because Canada's too cold. I like winters. I want to visit, and I want to get the heck out of here. Like I said, we just got a blizzard. We got about, what they say, 19 to 25 inches of snow out here, depending on where you are. Closer to Boston, it's more. Coming out towards Worcester, it got a little less. My sister said she only got about a foot, and she's past Worcester, so you know, so it's pretty cool. I like the van. I hope it works out. I want this to work out. I like to have everything I own in one unit, because I don't leave my house very often, except to go into Walmart to go shopping or whatever, you know. and I'm not worried about it. You know, I don't have anything to worry about, so I don't really want anything outside. Although I'll probably do a better video because this is kind of quick. I'm a little nervous, so I'm on the fly trying to get my system before it breaks down, if it's going to break down. I already took a 2-hour ride with it all over the place with a questionable plate. I got a bill of sale, so supposedly I'm all set for 7 days, but I don't want to do any unnecessary driving, you know. But yeah, this is going to be the new adventure. I'm going to bring you guys along. Anything I do between this and the trailer, I'm going to have to do it item specific, like dealing with the diesel here. Like I said, that's an ongoing learn as you go kind of thing. I mean, as much as I know, I find out I don't know anything, and I guess that's the safety in it, that I can have comfort in that. I was stressed out about it before I left my system because I'm like, why won't this thing work? It's like, shit, you know. It got pretty good. I had to go buy a camp stove that sits on top of the green bottle just to get the temperature up in the trailer before I went to bed. I got up to like 78, and then I shut that down. I left the split unit going, and I went to bed, and when I woke up 5 hours later, it was like 62 in the trailer. So it wasn't horrible, but I mean, I wasn't really planning on freezing my tail off this winter, you know. I thought it was going to be all set, but I just talked to my cousin that does AC. He said that should have been all right, but he says maybe that unit doesn't do that. I mean, it does heat, it does flip, but when it gets below 15, it doesn't do it. And he said there's something they can do to them. I said, yeah, you probably have some kind of a heating element on that to create the heat, and that thing didn't have it. So, because it kind of works like the refrigerator. It's got a little, if it's a propane fridge, it's got a little tiny flame underneath the bowl that basically boils the Freon, and that's what causes it to kind of like a coffee pot, the percolator. You know, it boils and it goes up. And that's how you get your coffee every morning out of a percolator. It's the same exact idea. That's how those 12-volt or propane fridges work. It just works on boiling. So it has a heating element, 12-volt or a 10-volt or a flame that heats up that area. And that's how it does it. So, you know, using the same idea, I'll make something happen with this. I'm not gonna redneck it. I gotta stop rednecking everything. I just want it to work right once and permanently, the right way, or the way it was meant to work, and go from there, you know. But I'm heading through. Oh, somebody is smoking a hardcore lefty. Wow, that is a whiff and a half. Oh, better than the exhaust leak I'm smelling right now in my truck. I wonder if it's an exhaust leak or just the oil burning off the engine from sitting. I don't know. But that part of it seems to be getting less. But either way, it's going to go to a garage. Hopefully next week I get back out to where my kids live, an hour away from here. I'll be on the couch at my ex-wife's apartment. She's very kind to do that for me. I appreciate that. Even though I pick on her about it, you know. It's just not, people get along, we get along now, and it's great. I love that we become friends, even though I'm annoying. I am annoying, so anybody that doesn't think so, I am annoying to be around. And but I mean it in fun. I don't mean it to you know, it's all in fun. I don't have any ill towards anybody, but I don't know, I guess I'm a natural ball buster. I don't know. I don't get it. You gotta blame God. God made me this way. And I mean, who else can you blame? He's the creator. I'm the creation. So, you know, it's I give myself to him every day, and it's up to him. He wants to keep me this way, that's fine. If he wants me to not be me, then he has to make me not be me, but he's not going to do that. That's not how God operates. We're in this mess whether we like it or not, because we caused this mess. So we need to get through this mess. He's not going to fix the mess to make us happy. He will someday, but just not right now. But anyways, I thought it was gonna be a short video. I'm gonna keep it at 20 minutes, I guess. But I'll get more in touch with you as I learn more about this van. Like I said, it's got everything a camper could have. I got a breakers in here. I got all kinds of stuff I got to figure out on this thing. So I might pull out my I got a 4,000 what generator I might pull out, because it's got the same plug that this thing has. So my sister doesn't have it on her house without dragging it into her laundry room, and I'm not going to do that. So I'll probably pull that generator out this week over there and see if I can get the house lights on and see what else is working or not working. Get some propane hooked up and that kind of thing, you know, which I probably should have went and filled this thing up. But I'm not ready to have fuels on here yet until I know this thing's operational everywhere else. Then I'll add, you know, I'll get propane for this for the stove and the heat and all that. But meanwhile, if I'm gonna move in here, I'll just put I'll make my diesel heater portable enough that I can move it around. I have so many cabinets in here that I can just pick a cabinet to drop it in, even for temporary, you know. So I'm not worried about it. But that's it for now. You know, hang in there and just, you know, go live a good life. Don't worry about, you know. Now this is some guy. He kind of had a mouth on him today. I didn't like it. Swear if you want. You're not going to hell for swearing. You're going to hell because you don't accept Jesus Christ. But I don't want to hear it. I'll slip an F word every once in a while, you know, when I think it's absolutely no other word will fit the description. I'll call somebody an a-hole if you're absolutely being an a-hole. I mean, you know, but I'm not going to just use a word on the fly, you know. But I just try not to use a word because I was a truck driver. I had a mouth and a half on me. So I'm kind of like, yeah, that's probably not something I should tamper with, you know. But yeah, that's it. This is a new house on wheels, a 1-unit setup, and that's what I was looking for. And I'm just gonna have to make this thing what it ain't currently. And it doesn't need a lot. It just needs a good mechanic on it. The tires are in good shape. They're not even dry rotted. He said he just put them on last year. So they're about 1.5 years old or something like that, he said. So, you know, it runs good. I'm sure I need some front end work. He can check out the brakes and all that. Just let me know what's going on, you know, and we'll go from there. But that's it for now. I'll do more videos on this subject. Like I said, I'll be toying around with it at my sister's. Mainly seeing if I can get it South Dakoted before I even leave my sister's, because I'm dealing with a Oklahoma license on it right now, which is my legal license for my truck, so that's fine. But I'll have to cancel that one out once I get the South Dakota on it, because I want a non-tax state. In Oklahoma, I think it's sporadic. Some areas are tax, some areas are not. No, it is a tax state, because they said you had to put your money aside for the state tax. They said about $30 a week on like 1,000, 30 per 1,000 or something like that. It will cover the taxes in the state. So that's it, you know. We'll go from there. All right, God bless you all. Hang in there, and if you're in the north, enjoy the snow. If you're in the south, enjoy the heat.